Assalamualaikum guys, good morning. So today topic is material technological information flow in manufacturing system. Okay, in this topic we will learn about material flows in manufacturing. So we have material flows, information flows and cost flow. For material flow is the movement of material through a defined process for the purpose of producing engineering product, and information flow is the supply of data from the manufacturer to the staff or vice versa. This constitutes product planning and design and process planning and design. Okay, important of material flow is allow for more robust and accurate understanding of the usage and waste of material within the process to estimate the cost to run the process. And then the benefits for the information flow, important and benefit for the information flow is a process that have to undergo after each process, increase efficiency, simplify communication among the operators, simplify getting the information on each product. So manufacturing system of material flows in the factory consists of three items here. Is conversion, number one conversion, transportation and storage. So what is a conversion operation or conversion process? So conversion operation or process are done in workstation or work center where machine, tool, jigs, fixture, tool and operators are suitably arranged and used to convert raw material. To convert raw material mean that from the raw material they will use this jig or machine to change their form, their structure, characteristic to another products. So there is a conversion process. And then the transformational, in the conversion process they have also transformational. One of the conversion process is a transformational, which is produce raw material. Transformational is to produce raw material for manufacturing by changing their nature or extracting them from their ores. So from the earth, for example, we make a mining, iron ore mining or steel to refine some oil. So to get this product, to produce the product, we call it to produce raw material to another nature. They will use this iron ore, steel, plastic to the another process of to making of product. So there is a transformational, and then one more is a metamorphic or deformation. Deformation is a very important part in the conversion operation because we will produce a part by changing their form. We will produce part by changing their form, shape, geometry or structures without quantitative mass change in original material. So normally in this deformation process, we have casting. We need to use to pour liquid or molten metal inside the casting mold or sand casting to get a casting product, or forging, extraction, molding, metal forming, powder metallurgy, high energy forming, and etc. This deformation process. And then we also have a joining. So joining operation very important also because to produce part by attaching another material to the original workpiece material. So in the joining process, normally we use a welding, adhesive bonding, plating, coating, painting, and etc. In machining, so machining quite important because without machining we cannot do precision product with machining process, which is material removal. So product part by removing portion of material. So normally we put that product, for example, in the CNC machine, and then we do process removal of the some material, and then change to the chip or debris, and then reducing their weight or volume of the product, and then we can get a final product after several process, several process of material removing. Example is machining, grinding, milling, advanced machining. That is all material removal process. And then we have also heat treatment. Treatment produced by surface and heat treatment. For example, carbonizing, nitriting, chromizing, quenching, annealing, normalizing, and tempering. And then in another process is assembling, to produce part by putting discrete part to make a product, facilitating this assembly, like furniture, car manufacturing. So this one, I think we already gave the example in the first slide in the introduction, how assembling happen. So we will have some production line, and then machine inside assembling process, operator to do their work, to produce, to assemble the part, and then we have got the final part after those assembling process. And then we have supplementary additional process, like quality test, inspection, packaging. There is a supplementary conventional process. Always refer for final part, there is a quality check, inspection, packaging, before we supply to the customer side. And then transformation, this is a material handling. There is a quite important process, because without this one we cannot move raw material or finished part to customer, or the product cannot be sell out. And then transportation of part is necessary because the conversion operation of raw material into finished product may not be carried out at the station. So maybe they need to do at different process or different place to do until the product finish. And then that's why I need to transport the part. And then transportation of part generate place utilities at cost, but does not add value to product. So yeah, of course, the cost of transportation we need to pay. They have they always put in the costing, but the product itself, we don't have any additional values to add for the transportation of the part, but the cost will occur when involved with the transportation or material handling. To increase productivity or efficiency. So to increase productive efficiency, transfer of material during the conversion process should be minimal reduced. So when we want to increase our production or efficiency, conversion process should be in the one place, and then we can minimize the transportation process during our conversion process or we can reduce our material handling. But material handling still occur or still have inside production or assembly, but I think we learn already SIM or automated system, for example using a conveyor system to minimize the material handling, and then we will get more precise or can increase our production capacity. Material handling reduction create a smooth material flow, optimal plan layout or perform many conversion. When we plan to make a good layout in the production line, we can reduce material handling, and then we can increase the production capacity or productivity or efficiency in the conversion process on a single stage using multiple function machine tool. So for example, nowadays we have developed they make a they make a very sophisticated machine in process. For example, CNC machine, they develop 9-axis CNC machine to reduce material handling process or setting process on that particular machine. So when we have one setup in the multiple function machine, so we can reduce transport or material handling. So we can also increase the high efficiency product, the good quality product. So we have reduced handling, and then with one setting we can get more precise product. So use unit load method to establish a maximum transportation. So by grouping a material into standard shape, weight or volume. So this one by grouping, so we can always reduce handling using this method, and then decrease the number of transfer activities, and then construct a straight continuous route by setting a balance or synchronize transfer activity by automated transfer. Like I said before, we have automation system. In the automation, we use a conveyor belt, like change conveyor, belt conveyor, to transfer the material, to transfer the workpiece during the production. So when this happen, we can make more productive production line, and then we can make automation system. So the continuous activity can make smooth material handling, and then the handling automatically can reduce the production can increase. And then storage or inventory, the stock at the warehouse, temporary stay between workstation. So this one we call storage. So normally in the warehouse, we put before we send out to customer, or before we send in the material to the production site. So we put in the storage. But even though also in the between workstation, for example, we have a work cell production layout, so we need to put between workstation or work cell the finished product as a storage or inventory product, and then before we go to another process. So this is a buffer stock. It's a play vital role as a buffer stock for smooth. If we don't have this one, we cannot do a smooth production, and then flexible material flow generating time utility. So you can learn this part, how to minimize waste in the just-in-time system or Toyota production system. So they will reduce the buffer stock, but they will reduce the storage, because the storage will conceive a lot of waste there. So this one we will have a different topic for that one. But the storage is most important part as a buffer stock for smooth production. if without a good system like JIT or Kanban system or production Toyota production system, we cannot do a smooth production, but we still have cover this one by buffer stock for smooth production, and then flexible material flow, and then raw material inventory, like storage of raw material time before it start usage. So this one normal in production. We order something and then we put in the warehouse as raw material inventory, and then we will make sure our production running smoothly. And then work in process inventory between two successive stage of production process. Finished product inventory, we also have finished product inventory, storage the finished product before shipment to the market. So we already learned about outline process chart. So in the this outline process chart is to indicate the process in the line. Normally we use ASME symbol, American Society Mechanical Engineering symbol. High level indication of process flow, we have operation, this one, and inspection. So this will indicate the process in the line. For example, the operation, when we make the SOP, standard operating procedure, or QC note, or machine operating procedure, or some instruction to the different level process. So we use this outline process chart. So this very important or very benefit to floor member to see or to follow the instruction directly from the chart or process given. And then this is an example. We have this process description. For example, for process chart, mild steel, for example, the mild steel as a entry material for this process. We need to put mild steel as an input for material for this phase process. We call this process number 1. Do phase milling, for example, and then when we read this one, we know this is a first process for phase milling, and then after finish this one, we go for drilling, process number 2. So the symbol is same, it's a process symbol. This is process symbol, and operation process symbol. This then we go for operation number 3, tap, and then 4, part off. So after finish all these 4 process operation, we go for next inspection. Number 1, the symbol is triangle, rectangular here, for the inspection. So this is outline for sample for common process chart in the production line. So we have another sample here, chart for how to repair a puncture scooter tire. So you can see here activity, how to repair or puncture scooter tire. The chart begin, chart end, method, and chart by. So they will always using this format to describe the chart begin from what process. For example, this is begin because for repair puncture scooter tire, maybe they can start from the remove tire from the rim, or stop the car to inspect the tire condition before changing. That is always can be a begin point, but we need to state in our chart what from what process we want to start our process chart outline. So for example, in this case, we use a chart begin from scooter ready for jacking up. So they already ready for jacking up, and then end up with the tube ready after repair and to mount on tire. So process after mounting, the process of mounting to the tire is we need to do a different outline process chart for that one. So they start operation number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6. They have a 6 operation here, process operation here. They start with number 1, jack up scooter, remove hubcap of wheel, loosen nut and place properly, remove wheel, remove outer cover, remove the tube. That is the process to repair or to replace a puncture scooter tire. But after remove the tube, you can see here, after remove the tube, they goes for inspection. So they inspect the location of puncture in the tube. That is inspection number 1 before they start doing the another process. So after they got the location, they mark the puncture. There is a process number 7, number 8. After marking, they make repair the puncture and then remove the nail if any. So there is a process conduct after inspection, and then they have final inspection here to recheck whether the condition is good or not, or already the puncture or the repair or not. They will do a recheck before they finish up for this process. Of course, that after this one, they have another chart to mount tube ready after repair to the tire. But for this outline, they will finish until tube ready. And then this is summary. They have summary here, activities and method. For operation, they have 8 process, 8 method there. Inspection, they have 2. Though there is the example how we make the outline process chart. And then this is more complicated operation process chart. We have a different process. We have 3 process, and then at the end we combine, we assemble these 3 sub process in the one process. There is a assemble 4 seals to the top. This start the assembling process here until they have a finished product here. This is example for manufacturing telephone stand. They have to manufacture to fabricate or to assemble the leg, to assemble the seal and then top drawing. And then after that, they will assemble together all this one, and then they will have a telephone stand ready there. And then they have an inspection after finish that one. They put also here time, total number, and then process operation summary there. So in the American Standard Mechanical Engineering symbol as ASME, we have operation, we have inspection just now. So if we use this symbol, they represent for transport, and then this symbol represent for storage, and then this one for delay. So we can use this one, this symbol, to make more complicated process flow chart. So for example, we have here to request flow chart to request petty cache. So we have make operation, movement, inspection, delay, storage, and distance. So operation, we have this symbol. Movement, we have this one. And then inspection, we have rectangular. Delay, we have like diode symbol. Storage, triangle, and distance in meters. So we have that one, and then we need to have a description here. A description for the method. For example, for request of petty cache, we need to request made by department head. For example, we have a mechanical engineering department, we need to request some petty cash, because petty cash we need to store in the mechanical engineering department to buy some quick item like file, pen for teaching or learning, for example. So we need to keep around $200 inside our departments. So that petty cash already almost finished. Before finish, we need to request additional top up for make sure the level of through 200 is maintained. That is petty cash function. How the petty cash function? We always keep the minimum value the maximum value. So if the going minimum then from that value setting, so we need to request for top up. So for request section, we need to have someone to write the form, and then to do this process. So this we call request process conduct by head department. So this is request operation. So we have operation here, and then after they fill up the form, they put in the pickup flag like for someone to come pick up, because mechanical engineering department and then finance department, accounting department, they have some distance. For example, here 10 meter. So they need someone to pick up that form and then bring to the accounting department. So put the pickup flag is a delay, just waiting someone to come and pick up, and then after pick up they need to go to the accounting department, which is distance 10 meters. So this is movement or transportation movement to bring that form to the accounting department. So accounting department, after they receive that bond, they will do the signature verification. There is inspection. After they receive, they do a verification. So verification is inspection. And then they see the treasurer, we see the amount for approval. There is a process inside the accounting to see amount approved, to count the cash, also operation, to record in the bookkeeper, also operation, to seal in the envelope the money before sent out to the department. That is operation. So petty cash carried to department, so they will carry it, or someone will carry it to department by this is considered as movement process. And then petty cash check again by request. So after we receive that petty cash in the department head should do a inspection to count the money correct or not with the request amount. So after inspection, they will sign the receipt, acknowledge the receipt is a process, and then petty cash store in the book. This one storage finish. So that is the example of flow chart inside the office, not manufacturing, but the office, how we use this system to indicate the process between two department. The example is a request of petty cash. So we have summary here: operation, inspection, transportation, delays. They have total 11, distance, traveling also they put there. So this is how we make a flow chart for this process. So flowchart process for task. This one I think we already make in our class for detecting a letter, employing and audio typist. So start with the contents dictated by manager, and then end up with the letter placed in the post tray awaiting collection. This flowchart already I already explained, so we need to do this one. So we already did. The answer is this one. So we start with the operation detected, and then taken is a movement, and then wait delay here, and type we do a process of type, and then check is inspection, and print we need to do operation here for printing. And then we go for taken by manager is a movement, check, inspection again, and then sign, operation, return is a process, movement, and then insert, process, taken back is a movement, and then await for collection is a storage. We did this one, so I think all understand for doing this one, and then how to read this one also. So we did also exercise 2, flowchart charting exercise. So this is normally blank form, so we already use this form to exercise. So I think we can write down our description here, method, quantity, distance, time, and symbol for process, operation, movement, delay, inspection, and storage. And then also we can put remark here. I think that's all for the this topic. I think if you have any question, you can ask anytime. Thank you.